Hey guys, it's Greg. In this video we want to share with you our thoughts about S.H.E.O.L, the game that we saw for the first time in 2019 during S.H.E.O.L. So the S.H.E.O.L is co-op game set in post-apocalyptic world where humanity, mankind is barely thriving, and the goal of the game is to survive basically and protect the last city of the people, of the humans. So the game is very unique, I must say already. So if you want to check it, you want to see the components and what do we think about the game, just check out the rest of this video.
Innovative, it's the very first thing I can say about it. S.H.E.O.L mixes dungeon crawling and tower defense, showing these two genres from a very fresh perspective. To explore the board safely, you need to build light streams, allowing you to avoid darkness, connect locations with the Citadel, and gain benefits from build structures. Yes, you can build stuff here. To attack enemies, it is always better to first illuminate them. Before that, you only see them as blips on your radar, not knowing which type of enemy they represent. Plus, hitting an enemy who is not illuminated is super hard. To keep everything fresh, it also helps that each scenario has different winning conditions, from simple reckoning through defending objects to escorting convoys. The Citadel in the middle of the board is being expanded through the campaign by building new sections between chapters, where each sector offers something totally different, from the better defense of the Citadel through bonuses to attacking enemies to boosting our heroes. And the Citadel is not the only thing you are going to build. With most of the scenarios, when you leave safe haven to enter dark wastelands, you can build temporary structures over the map, helping you get resources or managing attacking hordes. The key here is always to build both structures and live streams as effectively as possible, both to help our heroes stay connected to each other and to gain bonuses, but also to try to build them in places the enemies would not reach too fast, because yes, enemies can destroy your infrastructure if you will not give at the bay. This mix of RTS with RPG works wonders for multiple layers of strategy here, and it's one of the finest elements we have seen in games design in some time. Every single hero offers an entirely different playstyle due to the unique decks of cards, starting and available equipment and stats. For example, I'm playing as a half droid specializing in sniping and a futuristic plague doctor who is able to transform into a beast to wreak havoc or support allies while in human form. Some weapons can be bought only by specific heroes, and combining this with new super skills to unlock creates a decent and complex but not overwhelming system for managing and growing our distinctive heroes. As you can guess, from the perspective of thinking strategically and planning ahead, S.H.E.O.L offers tremendous experience, but there is another layer of deepness here worth mentioning. Each card you play can be used for its skill, but the other option is to use the icon in the left upper corner to boost your other actions or make them less costly. And when we talk about skills on cards, a huge part of them allows you to affect other heroes in many various ways. So yes, when the beginning will paralyze your decisions, once you get it, you're gonna love it to its core. World created here and the story we are pursuing is very immersive, dark and brutal. It's definitely an 18+ game. I'm very surprised by the level of writing here and the ideas for many elements presented in the story. And guess what? We have several factions here, and depending on your progress with them, you are going to achieve a different ending to this whole massive campaign. The difficulty level is properly balanced. so many beeps that you can simply kill them all, because this means you are going to be quickly overcrowded by enemies without fulfilling the mission defined by the current chapter. I was also positively surprised by the minis, especially the heroes. The level of detail, casting, dynamism, and the general idea for the design resulted in very good miniatures, better than with many much bigger publishers. Citadel is another thing worth praising, with all of its tiny but recognizable details, and the only thing worth improvement here will be smoother and more stable assembling of the Citadel with the campaign's progress. Although the graphic design works great with the theme, it's hard for us to focus sometimes on what is happening on the table. Lack of colors, too fancy icons, and a lot of visual similarities between many elements make the game less transparent than we want it to be. And where after the first few chapters you're gonna used to it, it could be simply avoided by a more user-friendly approach. Rulebook is not bad. It's properly written and without any major problems, almost. Some elements are spread across the whole manual instead of being in one place, and it misses answers for some fundamental things like how we can count the damage here taken by our heroes. It's obvious it affects the luck struck, the main resource in the game, but this info doesn't appear in the manual at all, or at least we didn't find it. For a potential reprint of S.H.E.O.L, I would see this rulebook rewritten to make the life of the newcomers much easier. Can we recommend S.H.E.O.L? It's a huge game full of plastic, and it was the very first chaos project of Lunar Oak Studio team, so we were unsure about the final result. However, after playing 6 scenarios, we can definitely end with a clear conscience, say yes, it's awesome, it's great, innovative, very engaging and immersive game. The world created here is fantastic and deserves more games in this universe, and gameplay-wise, it's almost a masterpiece, when the tactical approach and interaction between played heroes can compete even with Oathsworn. It's not without flaws, and the rulebook is the biggest one, but the overall is so good, it's worth keeping an eye closed for some minor issues. The final score from us is 8 out of 10 possible scratches. That's all for today, see you at the next game, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.